How's it going, everybody? So, welcome back to another Best of Power Metal monthly video. I know this one's a smidge late, but there's been so many releases and so many things. I've just been getting tied up with, trying to catch everything, listen to everything, and all that stuff. So, as they say, better late than never. But so this is my picks for the best power metal of March 2022. And, as always, I put all of the albums that I listened to for the month down in the description below. And I also put a sampling as much as it'll let me fit of the songs that I listened to for the month. But I only put the ones that I didn't do a reaction to. So if I did a reaction to a song from March on my channel, it's not listed below. Because you can find it, there if you're following along or you look at my reactions. But I like to highlight other stuff that I didn't get around to doing a reaction to. So go have fun. If there's something you missed or something that catches your eye and you want to check it out, I put a link to the original video next to the song, so you can just go and explore some new music and all that kind of stuff. And do me a solid if you do click on any of those links and go check out the band's videos or songs or whatnot. Leave a comment there and tell them Power Metal Ranger sent you. That would be super duper cool. But anywho, all that stuff's down in the description below. And, let's start out with songs. What were my top 5 picks for best songs of March 2022? Well, in no particular order here. We got Hopes of Freedom with the Heroes line. Really dug this song. Has a nice, positive kind of anthemic vibe to it. Solid power metal, just really well done. And check out the music video if you haven't already. It's really cool at the end. I think they actually set themselves on fire. They have like some flame suits and whatnot. It's really cool. Awesome music video, especially though it sure ends with a bang. They did a great job with that. So love the song. Next up, we got Saints and Sinners with Ivory Tower. Oh man, just a great power metal song with soaring vocals and guitars and such a catchy melody that it just really resonates. Just solid stuff. Next we got Blind Guardian with Secrets of the American Gods. I don't know if anything needs to be said, but Blind Guardian has just been knocking it out of the park lately. I mean, for decades really, but with these last couple recent singles and Secrets of the American Gods is no different. Just a classic sounding Blind Guardian song with amazing guitar work and absolutely stellar vocals as always, and just such a powerful sound. Super great. Next we got Woods of Wonders with the Dragon Slayer. This is a debut single from a debut album coming out. It's a project put together, and it's going to be featuring all kinds of different musicians and whatnot. This song is just epic. The story that it tells and the symphonic elements and the vocals and all of the guitar work is just an epic fantasy power metal, symphonic metal song that is just really awesome. And next up, we got Sorrowful Winds with Quite Evil. This is one of the more heavy songs on my top 5 pick. It's got some heavy guitar work and quite unique melodies and almost like I even say in my reaction to the song, a diabolical whimsy sort of feel to it, the theatrical almost, and but the vocals are just all over the place with falsettos and just really hamming it up in times, and the musicianship is just fantastic. It's really solid, like heavy metal, power metal song that's a little on the dark side and just has some great powerful and melodic moments with, again, just this unique flair to it. So those are my top 5 picks for best song of March. But now, for my number 1 favorite pick. There can only be one, or there can be only one, I should say. And my number one pick for best song of March is Sorrowful Winds with Quite Evil. Something about this song is just so cool, and again, it just has such a unique signature flair to it that it's just really infectious. Again, it's like you know ominous playfulness. Like it's just really cool, really well done. The songwriting is fantastic. Again, I love the lyrics and the way they're delivered vocally. A lot of strengths here with all the instrumentation. Again, the vocals, he just really played with it and really adds that unique, that nice extra touch to an already well-written song. And the guitar work is great. And I always dig the songs that have a little bit of a dark side, but this one's really cool because it plays with that a little bit. Just loved it. Fantastic heavy power metal song. I just can't get enough of that one. So that's my pick for best song of March 2022. And a little disclaimer I usually say before I start talking about the songs is I only consider songs that are released as an official single or have a music video, lyric video, something like that. I don't consider songs that are just on albums that release in March. They gotta be a single. So anywho, that's that. Now we're gonna talk about albums. What a month. I mean, songs were so difficult for me to figure out my favorites, and albums was no different. Just amazing music released in March. But I had to do it, had to figure out my top five. So anywho, my top five favorite albums of March 2022 are in no particular order. Palantir with Chasing a Dream, really solid power metal here that's got a lot of emotion behind it. It really shifts in tone and feel and emotion a lot throughout the entire album, but it still feels consistent in the same token. So you really kind of almost like going through different stages of feelings as you're going throughout, and there's a lot of almost mind games going on here. There's a lot of touches of insanity, if you will, where you feel like you're trapped inside this person's mind or whatnot, and on top of that, it's just got some great melodies, amazing guitar work, awesome vocals, just really solid. Quite a unique power metal album in my opinion, so check that out. Next up we got New Horizon with Gate of the Gods. This is a debut album here, and it was just really solid. It's your more modern style power metal where it's got a lot of great anthemic, like chant-worthy choruses, great melodies. Again, it's in that more modern power metal style. The vocals are just absolutely outstanding, and the keyboards and everything just creates this really nice melodic modern power metal sound, and it just all comes together fantastic. Again, this is a debut album here, and it was just really great right off the press. And I can't wait to see what the band continues to do, because it was a real solid album, this one here. Next up, we got Arcane Tales with Steel, Fire, and Magic. This is here a classic fantasy power metal album in the vein of Rhapsody of Fire, the more classic, older school Rhapsody of Fire, where it just a lot of neoclassical influences here with the guitar work and just the song arrangements, and so many symphonic elements going on here. The vocals are great, the story is really solid, and again, it's just one of those grand, adventurous fantasy style power metal, classic style. I would say late 90s, early 2000s, and it's just composed and put together brilliantly, and flows great from beginning to end to where you can follow the story along, and it's just got sweeping moments. It's got more heartfelt, somber moments. It's got everything that you're looking for in a just classic, great sounding fantasy power metal. Solid, solid album. Next, we got Ronnie Atkins with Make It Count. This is the only, I believe, melodic rock being represented here for the month of March. Not to say there wasn't some great stuff. It's just there's just so much amazing stuff. But this album actually really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to like it quite as much as I did. It quite varied here with the melodic rock. You get your more traditional melodic rock, you get your somewhat ballads, you get kind of a melodic hard rock. There's even a song that's more power metal leaning, which I thought was really, really cool. I believe it's called Blood Cries Out, if I'm not mistaken, the more power metal sounding song. So you get all kinds of stuff here. You got songs where you can tell he's making a statement, other songs where, it's about love, stuff like that. But his vocals are just on point. And all of these songs, again, it's just a very diverse album. And one of the final song on there is a very ABBA-centric, almost like 70s, 80s pop kind of vibe of a sound. And he just pulls it off amazingly. Just really, really awesome album that is just different, and it changes as it goes, and it keeps you kind of on guard, and nothing blends together. Every song really stands out on its own. Just really, really great work. I enjoyed the album quite a bit. Next, we got Moonlight Haze with Animus. We got some solid symphonic metal here, folks. This is more of the modern style symphonic metal. Very positive, very somewhat of an uplifting album. There's not really a dark sound to be found here. The vocals are great. The melodies are fantastic with the guitar work and all of the instrumentation, and the symphonic elements are used very deliberately. It's not something that feels like we're just throwing in symphonic elements just to have them. No, it feels very, very deliberate the way that it's handled. And again, just female-fronted symphonic metal, modern style with just positive vibes, a lot of catchy tunes, and it all feels like a full, complete package. Every song, it all fits together really, really well to where you start it, and before you know, you're at the end, and it's just a lot of fun. It's got a peppy kind of sound to it also. There's not really too many slow moments. It's just got a lot of pep, a lot of charm, and it's just a lot of fun. So great, solid album. But now, what y'all been waiting for? And I forgot another disclaimer. I'm just so scatterbrained these days. But when it comes to album, I always like to mention I do not consider live albums. I don't consider EPs. I don't consider reissues, anything like that. Collections, nothing like that. It's got to be a brand new, full length, original album. Just for my own sake, I can't get too overwhelmed by all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's just full length albums here that I cover or consider for best albums. But now that that's out of the way, my number one pick, folks, for best album of March 2022 is Arcane Tales with Steel, Fire, and Magic. It took me back to when I would listen to a lot of those early Rhapsody of Fire albums, and you just kind of get lost and swept up in the fantasy element. And the story here is just really thoughtfully done, and the music is just absolutely does such a grand story justice. It's sweeping, it's adventurous, it's epic scale. The symphonic elements and the guitar melodies, everything is used to really forward the story and to really make you feel the scope of what's going on. The music, it's used in such a great way to convey the emotion of what's going on in the story. If you're meant to feel dread, if you're meant to feel joy, if you're meant to feel trepidation, of an upcoming battle, or if you're, soaring through the skies, all of that kind of stuff is just conveyed very, very well through the music, just masterfully done. And the vocals are just top notch. It's just truly a master class in putting together a neoclassical fantasy themed power metal album that just, I think it caters for every power metal fan. I just don't see how you couldn't like it or have a smile on your face when you're listening to it. It's just epic, it's grandiose, and it's impeccably crafted and arranged, and just fantastic album. So that's my number one pick for best album of March. Anywho, great stuff. And I mean, we've been having so many amazing releases in the month of April also, and I'm starting to dread having to put this video together for the month of April once May rolls around, because so many great releases already here in April. So anywho, that's what I got for you. As always, let me know in the comments down below, what were your favorite songs and albums of March? I love to talk about that stuff. I love to see what y'all were digging. Thank you all so much for your support. And again, if you click on any of those links down below to check out any of those songs, tell them Power Metal Ranger sent you. That would be super duper cool. That's what I got for y'all, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.